Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Connor on Chain. So today I want to talk about some meme coin stuff as well as AI, mainly AI today. But, if you guys have been on crypto Twitter, if you've been in the crypto trenches, as they like to call it, if you're on crypto Twitter every day, you've probably seen that Normie is down 99.96%. Which is, it's crazy. This was so called, some sort of, I almost want to call it a blue chip base meme coin. This is probably one of the top 10, maybe top 20 that have been out for a while. It's one of the OG ones. Had a huge run in the past, right? Was on the decline for a while, but most coins, they eventually will come back and bounce. But as you can see, there's just a huge exploit here, which is crazy because I'm just going to go through just to see the sheer size of how this went down. Because anyone that's in this as well, I'm sorry that this has happened. This is just crazy. Because I feel like I've talked about Normie once or twice, here and there. Because, I don't know. It was kind of like a top base meme coin, like I said. There's a ton of them, but it's just very shocking to see that this just happened. Get this out of here. It went from almost over 100 million in market cap, all the way down to, from like 30, 40 million, giga dumped instantly into what? Oh, this is on a 4 hour. Went down all the way to 16. Like, that's nuts. Again, I feel bad for anyone that's been in this or, that's lost money in this. I think that they are trying to relaunch. It's good that the team is, they're trying to work on actually making this right, but it is what it is, right? As sad as this is to see, this this is why I always say too, not every single coin you go into, no matter how good the team is, no matter how good, A, B, C, D factors are, crypto is always a risk, guys. It's always very important to be, allocated, usually more than just one coin. Again, because sometimes, you can't predict it, but things like this do happen, which it sucks, but it's very unfortunate. So again, sorry to anyone who has lost money on that. This is just sad to see. It's unbelievable. But we have, obviously there are so many other base meme coins too, and some of them actually kind of took a hit over the last day. I'm not gonna go into base memes, like that wasn't really the point of this video here, but I just wanted to pull that up because that was a big thing to just happen, And I don't know if the exploiter was actually public on Twitter as well, kind of like that other one, other meme coin that did the same type of thing about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. As another, oh no, for the pump fund hacker, same type of thing. He exploited it, and then he was just public with it. It's just like, I don't know what is going on. I think the exploiter of this was literally public. He asked for 10% of, basically he took obviously 100% of the money, right? But he offered to send 90% back if he could keep 10% as, like no strings attached, like, which is just ridiculous. But outside of that, I do want to talk about a bunch of AI coins because, again, outside of some of this, the sad negative stuff going on in the market, the overall market is just very bullish, guys. Like I'm definitely hyper bullish right now. I could care less at this point, of any short-term downside swings. I think we faced probably the most brutal downside swing for alts that we've seen as of right now. I just think over the next few months now, it may chop for a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be going down too much harder after this. Ethereum has just been primed for breakout. It might bounce, might retest down again, chop a little bit, and then continue up into new highs. But all I see from here, no matter if it goes up or down short term, is new highs being broken. Easily could go to 5, 6, 7,000, I think, on its next major push to the upside. After that, we could see another major pullback. Maybe it pulls back all the way to previous all-time highs, which more than likely it'll happen. And then it's gonna bounce into price discovery like fully. Maybe goes to 8,000, which would be around $1 trillion, I think, in market cap. I easily could see that happening, but at the same time, it's gonna depend on what Bitcoin does too. Because Bitcoin's the same way. It has just been chopping around all-time high for what? Since literally March, right? Just been chilling here for a while. So same thing, Bitcoin can chop, and eventually it's just gonna make new highs. Probably gonna go to 75 to 80K. Easily showing strength that the next leg up is probably beginning. Because I don't even consider the next leg up like this. If it, makes new highs again, retest, the next leg up is just gonna be continuous price discovery. That is like kind of what I'm waiting for. I don't know exactly where Bitcoin is going to be going over the next few months, next 6 months. I know a lot of people are predicting like, way over 100K. Some even have said 200K, but, I definitely will not be, planning on a 200K Bitcoin this cycle, even though, it could be possible. You never know, right? But even ETH BTC has been going up, but as you can see, it's still just in a clear downtrend. But this wick and having this move is definitely huge for it, right? This is up, what, 20 something percent now? 22% around in the last week alone. Like, that's massive for it. Because I think as long as when ETH, I don't know if ETH inflows have started for the ETFs. I don't think they have. I think they start soon, but once they do, this is probably going to start sending ETH. I wouldn't be surprised to see it finally break out of here, which would be very, very good for altcoins, right? Some altcoins really haven't been doing too much, but the top ETH meme coins have been flying. Pepe is still at literal all-time highs right now. Mog is on its way. I know this chart has so many candles and wicks, but Mog is basically right here, just about at all-time highs. Probably going to break through in the next few days to about a week. Same thing with Trump, another one just ripping. But as you can see, we got AI coins not doing too much. I think AIT is definitely loading right now. It's literally in the game lobby before it decides to just start mooning again. I have faith in AIT. I like this project still a lot. OLAS, same thing. I have a lot of faith in OLAS and just AI agents in general. Same thing with NKI. Had a big wick. Looks like it's just a big seller. I just, like I said, I have faith in most of these projects that you guys constantly see that I talk about. Spec as well. I'm not actually in this, but this is like a potential trade that I've drawn. I have called Spec, I think, somewhere down here. But, it's definitely looking good for another potential entry. This is probably one of my top new AI coins for probably the rest of the cycle right now. Another AI agent play. I think this is just a very solid coin. I really like this. FX1 as well has been, on my radar. I've known this coin ever since it launched. This is literally my drawing from back there if it loads. When I was looking, contemplating getting in, and I completely faded down here. But for FX1, still waiting on some sort of, kind of bounce to the upside to show that this is going to hit a reversal. Because when it comes to like this, I know a lot of people always complain, or not really complain, they worry about, they want to buy into this, but then if they see this dump another 10-20%, they get scared and they lose out, or they sell rather, can't even talk. But the best thing for me is I usually wait for a coin to show clear signs that the bottom is over. Because usually if a coin does, and it's going to show some signs, when it bounces, it's probably going to have a nice, maybe not this high, but it's going to have a nice bounce to the upside, breaking this kind of, lower lows, higher lows, whatever you want to call it. Because it's just continuously like short-term downtrend right here. But eventually when this breaks, that's going to be a good sign to, keep it on your radar now. Okay, now this is broken up, you just let it run. Let it go up, let it bounce, do whatever. At some point, for the most part, usually it will come back down somewhat close to this area. On that retest, that is where it's going to be the best entry possible. Because I'd say if this is a bottom and the price action solidifies this as the bottom, again, maybe this goes underneath it, manipulates more people, has a huge pump, pumps up again, huge wicks, comes back down, bounces. It's probably going to do something like that. It's usually what price does. When it has big moves up, the bottom's finally found, it's going to retest at some point. And if it doesn't, then that's going to be up to you if you want to start aping into the pump here. I never recommend it, and I never do myself, but again, it's just you got to watch for these things. Because I'm very particular with charts and how I actually enter and exit a lot of coins. More particular on the entries, 95% of the time. But again, with FX1, I'm just waiting for a clear bottom to show itself. A huge pump at some point to show that the bottom is definitely over. And then some sort of bounce, retest, even if it doesn't go all the way back down, like just somewhere clearly where it pulls back, and then the next leg up is going to continue. If you just hold for a few weeks and maybe another month, couple months, that's it. Oh, I did not mean to do that. But like I said, that's kind of it. We got Tau as well. Bitensor looks like it's definitely bottomed. Has a nice triple bottom here. One. You can consider this a bunch of different bottoms, but on a higher time frame, to me, that's just one. We got 1, 2, 3. Then this is a great potential retest entry. I think its next move is probably going to bounce around, break through this, bounce again, probably at level like right here. Probably going to attempt to do that, might bounce, and then boom. I think Tau is going to have an explosive run over the next probably month. Definitely into mid-June to June. Again, if crypto is bullish and stays bullish for a while, definitely can see that happening. Man, I can't talk today. But yeah, Render though, Render looks very good. I think just holding Render and not even thinking about it is probably your best bet. Especially if anyone got in low in Render, or if, again, I always preach, if you guys are holding a top 10 coin, top 20, top 50, top 100 coin, as long as it's got the right fundamentals, it's in the right narrative, you guys have nothing to worry about when price, moves up and down. Unless you're holding like a really old coin that, there's no value to it or anything. Like something like Render, something like Tau, the top AI coins in the sector, they are in the top 100. Even if you're holding layer 1s like Solana, AVAX, and all these other layer 1s like Sui, you shouldn't even be thinking about price, in my opinion, because they will go a lot higher from here. They might not do insane returns, versus if you were getting into a smaller cap coin, but, if you're holding a top 100, top 200 coin, it's like if you're just getting in on dips, it's just a waiting game. That's all it is. It's just obviously lower caps and micro caps are a lot more risky because they can dump 80-90% in a month. But, time trusted and proven projects are going to continue. That's my outlook. Because I don't really hold any coins. Do I have any? No, I don't hold any coins in the top 100. Like nothing over $1 billion. But for Render, I think Render is going to, it may have a bounce underneath to probably scare more people. A little liquidity grab, and then it's going to bounce and probably run up. Wouldn't be surprised to see it do something like this. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for with Render here. But yeah, Render looks good. I think Render as a large cap AI play, Tau, large cap AI play. You can just hold 1, hold 2. Even Ori here. Ori still looks good. Ori just long term just hasn't moved like a crazy amount. Like from the lows, when I initially was talking about it, we got in. We're up pretty good on it. Even after it pulled back, still up a little bit. But in comparison to even just previous highs, like this is still like a 6 to 10x away from that. But with any project, it's never guaranteed they're going to just break out, go way into brand new highs from here, right? Because the old all-time high, if you go by the top here, is what, like 90, 93, $94. I wouldn't even go by that number. I'd probably go by maybe 50, 60. Because like this really wasn't too much price action. It's just giga dumps from here. This is where a lot of people are actually buying and selling it, and just dumped, went down, went to zero over here. So Aura is a good hold. Is fundamentally for me as well. Definitely a mid cap. AIT, another one mid cap. OLAS mid cap. OXO mid cap. NKI and Spec are probably my higher conviction holds. I think they're very good right now as well. And I'm probably gonna make a video on some other lower caps like virtual here that I don't talk about. There are a bunch here that I don't talk about because actually I don't know why. I guess because it's like I don't hold all the coins that are on this watch list. I hold a fraction of them, but I just like to watch most of the market every day. But I definitely will make a video on a lot of these coins that I watch every day that I don't talk about. But outside of that, guys, I really just think it's, I think for utility projects across even different narratives, not even just AI, we're still just in that rangy bouncing period. Memes, I still think, are outperforming everything outside of utility. And yeah, it's just going to be a patience game, at least for me personally, to be watching, for crypto in this next leg up, right? So that's it. So for all this information, please do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for information purposes only. Look into these coins yourselves if you guys are curious in what they do. And outside of that, guys, just stay bullish. I really just believe that in a bull market, stay bullish. Because we're nowhere near the bottom yet, or I'm sorry, nowhere near the top yet. Because when we top out, I still believe there's going to be heavy retail signals, which I still think we haven't even seen a massive influx of retail jump back in. I feel like a lot of retail even has like PTSD from like the past cycle. A lot of people lost a ton of money in crypto last cycle at the top, But again, it doesn't mean that people aren't going to do the same thing again. Once they see Bitcoin breaking new highs, price discovery, the news is covering it every day. Bitcoin's at 100K. If it can go over 100K, retail is going to be jumping right back into this stuff, right back into crypto. So that's what I'm watching for, what we're waiting for. And outside of that, that's what I got for you guys today. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.